So it looks like we have some good fan mail comments on on some of these health update videos. So there's a good one by Alex that I want to address because this is a pretty important issue that he got me, or she, I guess I can't tell, but either way, this is a big issue that I want to bring up because if some of you are using just my personal log as a guide for how you're trying to help yourself, I should clear up some things. So just let me start off by reading Alex's comment. Hi, Mr. Lin. I've been keeping up with your videos for a while now. I have eczema. You might want to look into steroid-induced redness. I did a lot of research on it, and the symptoms fit perfectly with me. I've used a lot of steroid medications, as you have. My doctors offered to put me on Cellcept too, but I refused because I was too scared of the side effects. And thanks for being open about that. I know this allergies and eczema, especially, it's hard because it's that's what people see all the time. Immediately, you see somebody with eczema or something different about their skin and their face, or they're itching all the time. I think I get people anxious because of how much I'm moving if I'm fidgeting because of my itching, and people get anxious or they just want to leave you alone to give us our own space, which is nice. But what all of you need to understand about my condition is it's not just eczema, and it is my situation, extreme allergy disease. It really is a disease. It's not just the eczema. The eczema is a part of it, just like the asthma, but I also have a lot of other things. So what Alex is saying is true. What I'm using with the immunosuppressant, the Cellcept, the cyclosporin, and there's some other ones. These are really toxic. As I mentioned last time, that's what I was trying to get switch to different ones. And this is not what the majority of you, or actually any of you, should really look into as a first, second, or even third option, because mine is so extreme and out there and severe that there's probably nobody really close to what I have. So for the majority of just about any one of you, you need to try a lot of other things first. And if you're like Alex with just one or even two, like, eczema or asthma, you should do everything you can to deal with those. And there are a lot of good ways to deal with it. Some that I mentioned in the video with light therapies, with bathing, and some of the topical ointments and the creams, and just care. And also, you need to check your allergies to see there might be some foods or environmental factors or things that you should just stay away from. And that is a very big part of what I do is big self-discipline. As I mentioned very early on, I barely eat any real food. Well, literally no real food. I'm on the Elecare diet, and that is really, really hard for a lot of people to do. To say, I'm going to see food, I'm going to be around people talking about food, or have food around and not eat it, and just say I'm going to drink this protein shake-like thing, and you're going to be very hungry. So for me, I've already eliminated as much of the food allergies as I can. But as I said, my IG is at 20,000. I'm everything in this world is poisonous to me. What I'm wearing now, the air I'm breathing now, things I come in contact with, some things in the weather. But if you can, and you need to do all that you can to eliminate everything that's causing the eczema, that's causing the asthma. And he's totally right, or Alex is totally right with steroid-induced redness. I actually don't use much or at all of some of the ointments like triamcinolone that I mentioned. I use a tiny bit only when there's flare-ups, and I'm also adding Protopic because steroids are very dangerous. As I said very early on in 2007 or 8 when I started doing these videos, that a big part of why my condition got so severe and so bad is also the oral steroids. They used to give me prednisone a lot. And what steroids, both the ones you put on your skin and oral steroids, is it thins your skin. So the more you use it, the less defense your skin has until, for me, that along with a whole bunch of other things, my skin just kind of disappeared. Had no protection. I just looked like a burn victim with no skin, and it was leaking. My skin was leaking all the time. It was oozing, infected. So Alex is totally right. If you don't need to use steroids, don't use it. My business partner Shane has a lot of success with Xolair. Those shots, you take it. I was taking it twice a week. That made me a little dizzy, as you might remember. But and for me, Xolair, it wouldn't, like, the percentage that it'll help compared to my IG level is barely existed. It doesn't. It shouldn't even help. It's like dropping, a pinch of salt into the pool. It's not going to do. It's not really going to do anything for me. But for just about everybody else, it should help a lot. And so that's something you can definitely ask your doctor about. I think right now the requirement is you probably need asthma because they don't think it works for food allergies or eczema, but I've seen it definitely does. So try Xolair, and that is, I think that's it. I just wanted to mention how I use these things. I guess it's as important as what I'm using. It's not like I mentioned like 20 different medications that I'm using, and it doesn't mean that I'm just dumping topical steroids on my body all the time. Actually, one of the usual tubes that you get of triamcinolone or desonide or flucin, one of these topical steroids, I don't ever get through the whole tube before it expires, and it takes a couple years for these things to expire. I use just a tiny bit, little dots here and there where things are flaring up, or usually I'll just wait it out. I don't even like today, you can see it's a little red, but I wouldn't be putting it on. I'll take a bath. I'll try to notice what I'm eating, or just get some more sleep, or put more lotion on if it's dry. Take more Elecare to boost the nutrients that I need. But really, I'm not using as much of the topical steroids that I might lead some of you to believe. So try anything else, including light treatment, or go outside in the shade to get a little light on your skin. After you built it up, though, your skin can't be too damaged. So so try different things, and only use the steroids when things are getting out of control. It's like a fire extinguisher. You gotta hit it early, keep it calm. But once you get that, move to other things and stabilize it and take care of your skin, at least that part. But as for me, definitely it's not just eczema. My allergic reactions, a lot of things that a lot of allergy doctors haven't seen. I have a neurological nervous system reaction. I have hot sweats, cold sweats, dizziness, loss of control, internal. So it's also in my gastrointestinal tract. My stomach will swell, have cramps, a lot of phlegm, or asthma, and different things like that. So, and sometimes I'll have problems thinking too. Loss of energy crashes happens a lot with me too. But again, if you only have one or two of these things or a specific diagnosis, do all you can to treat that, and don't jump to the extreme of things that I'm trying, that I'm experimenting, because the way I'm using all these treatments is not the typical way you would treat any of these things individually. It's just mine is a big combination of. It's almost like I'm having a poison reaction, because that's how extreme everything in the world to me. Breathing, food, environment, materials, the things you touch, things I touch, things I come in contact to. It's poisoning me, and it'll have the poisoning effect that you see people or they portray on movies of how people get really sick from poison. But if hopefully most of you, and it's probably most of you, aren't like that, so just do the best to take care of yourself. Avoid things as much as you can that you're allergic to, and do all you can to find out when and how you and what you react to. Prevention, big key, and then the steroids, only use that when you get in trouble, and as soon as you're out of trouble, don't depend on it. Go back onto a routine of taking care of yourself, protection, treatment, skin care, asthma care, things like that. All right. Hope that helps. And keep leaving me comments and let me know how you guys are doing, and if you have any questions like Alex had. All right. Thank you.